Chatters! My chatters! Who up chatting? What the fuck? Who up? Sat like right by the door, which maybe is a mistake, but alas, 'tis where I've got the space to sit and show off all the stuff. I'm playing the starting scene, so you probably can't hear it. Wait, can you hear it? Well, you actually can if I just hold the phone right next to the microphone. Okay, I'll lean over. So you boys should probably be able to hear it. At least a bit. Because I'm not like blasting it at max volume. Shocking, I know. I do it. No, I did not. I'm a dumbass. I just deleted what I originally wanted. Ah! Trying to navigate a phone sometimes. It truly is bad. Where's the quick actions? There you go. Give me the quick actions. But welcome in to the stream, chatters. This is our final stream in the UK. And no, insane. Where has the time gone? I'm not changing the info. I just want to copy the title, my guy. Let's be so serious. I know I'm live. Thank you, Discord notice. I just wish to copy this. There we go, we got it. Kinda. And there we go, this time I'm not deleting it, this time I'm copying this. Noble British Yellow, huh? I know, the time has really flown by, hasn't it? I'm about to not be British anymore, I'm sorry. Devastation. Okay. I'm actually quite happy to go back home. Not really because I'm like not liking it in the UK, I am really liking it. It's just that I don't like this accommodation that I'm at. I'm being so serious. I had like a big yap with my mum today and I was kind of yapping about all the things that have kind of gone on / that I wasn't super happy with in the new accommodation. So I'll yap in a sec as well. But of course this is the whole stream, so I'm showing you everything I got here, excluding the new charging cable I had to get because I ripped my old one in shreds. And also any food that's in the fridge, because I just am not going to get the food and then bring it back into the fridge. Like, that shit is not happening. There we go. Who the hell are you? So, yeah, I will go on in a moment while I show off the things. So, but I will show off the snacks, everything I'm keeping in my room, pretty much. There we go. You get a great camera angle, by the way. Are you proud of me? Hello. Get to see my hand. I know, crazy. This is the wall here, by the way, if you're wondering. That's the angle I've chosen. Why is it just back in the video? There we go. I'll try and have the phone near where you are. There you go. Let me know if that's alright. Because I can read you, chat. I don't need a phone extra. Really. I just have it to play the music. But yeah, welcome. By the way, you can't see this, but today I'm wearing such a skater boy look. I'm wearing like a long sleeve thermal. I'm going to try and lean in so you can't see, but I'm wearing like a t-shirt over it, like a cool guy. And there's actually a cool t-shirt. I'll see if I can show this to you without showing myself. Obviously, but wait, I'm leaning in. Okay, you can't really see it, but it's a Gamescom shirt. There we go. Wait, I really have to like really awkwardly lean in, but it is one of the shirts I got from Gamescom. Yeah, because it's one of the few ones that is a bit more color contrasty that I took to the UK. But yeah, welcome. I will just sit for a moment and have my hand in frame so people know I'm here. Hello. We're gonna start with the whole stuff in a sec. Don't worry. But yeah, my first type of story is gonna be more crap that's going on in this accommodations. Yippee! Can I get some exciting yippies for this one? Can I show you anything that isn't dramatic? I can show you bookmarks. There's one bookmark missing because I'm using it, but it's for the Booker Prize, if anyone's wondering. But they did have really lovely bookmarks. I'll show these off. So we have this one for an upcoming book called, there you go, Blue Sisters. Hello, I think it is already out. Don't correct me, but yeah. So we've got Blue Sisters here. Why are you connecting to chat? What are you doing? And then I have another one for Intermezzo by Sally Rooney with like a quote on the back. I just thought this cover looked really cool. Because I'm like, I don't mind advertising on my bookmarks if I get a free bookmark. And it was very funny. We were in the bookstore. Shocker. We were in Waterstones at some point. So there's going to be book haul content. And it was me and my IRL mate. And and we were basically like, can we get, like, are we allowed to take any? Because there was just like a grab basket of bookmarks. And then and the person at the counter was like, yeah, help yourself. And we were like, how many are we allowed to take? And they were like, like a reasonable amount. Don't go overboard. I've seen people like grab fistfuls, and we're like, no. So we like picked like 1 or 2 each. I picked 3. I picked the Booker one and these 2. But the Booker one is currently in. I can actually show this. Hold on. I'm going to walk over. Hello, I'm walking through frame. I'm reading. I brought this from home, so it's not in the hall. I'm reading Daughter of the Deep right now by Rick Riordan, and I am using, your next great read, saw it, the Booker Prize, 2024, by the way, bookmark. If you're wondering why the fuck I haven't not started, it's just because I've read the foreword only so far. Mostly, that's because I've been reading the Doctor Who book, but I'm reading it as a digital, like as an ebook. I do have a physical copy at home, but I didn't bring it for some reason. I was like, whatever. And then also I've been reading more texts for my thesis. But yeah, you get to look at the bookmarks for a second before I interlude into my various goodies. Also got some drinks precariously standing on the floor. I just always feel like carpet floor is just a bit like wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind it. My old bedroom used to have carpet, but it just always feels like stuff isn't particularly secure to stand. Like, I have a glass here, like I know reasonably it's standing flat on the floor. It's not going to have a problem, but like, you know what I mean. Alas, so about my flat accommodation troubles. So basically, by the way, let me know if I'm okay volume-wise. I can like adjust the microphone. Basically, after yesterday, I did a lot of work. Yeah, you're fine. QQ to bien. I've actually reached about 5 hours of active writing for my thesis. So that is like, me and my mum were having this yap before I left, and she was like, yeah, if you write like 20 minutes every day, you're gonna write about 5 hours on your thesis. So maybe try that. I was like, okay. Yet again realizing that I'm not the person to do incremental work spread over long periods of time. That just isn't my writing style / work ethic at all. Like, I really struggle to do that. I'd rather do like way more than a go. So I've just done like an hour to an hour and a half or so for the last like 4 or 5 days, rather than having done 20 minutes every day on my holiday. And it's worked way better for me. I'm going to be so serious. So I will just give up on that concept. It doesn't work for me. The idea sounds always nice. I'm like, oh, I only have to do 20 minutes a day. But then I'm like, will I really want to do that every day? No. Fuck that. Basically. Anyway, so I did a lot of work. I did a little grocery shop yesterday, mostly because I ran out of milk. And I also had no bread left anymore, and I had quite a lot of like toppings. I did make a salad in the evening. That was quite nice. And I also finished watching Hello Boss. Aside from some issues about some character designs, I think there's too many skinny characters in that show, and it's a bit weird to have some of them also not constantly, on multiple occasions talk about how fat they are. I'm like, bitch, you are a stick. What is going on? But overall, I really quite liked the show, and I'm not pissed about it, but I mentioned this. I originally stopped watching the show after like 4 episodes because it hadn't grabbed me. And I actually just quit in the middle of episode 5. I was like, this is kind of like not engaging me. And then I had someone, like a friend of mine at the time, being like, "Oh my god, you have to watch it." I promised them I'd give it another shot, and then I actually did end up liking it. So got an 8 for me. The shorts are ass though. Hoping a third season comes out because the shorts fucking suck. All the stories are really are really bland. But give me more gays that are deeply traumatized and some good musical numbers. So I did watch that, and then I also watched the new Ashley Norton video. Shout out, icon, I love her. And then I also watched the first episode and a bit of the second of Severance, which I feel like has just been in everyone's mouths at the moment because of the big promo thing they did. And so far I'm intrigued. If you don't know anything about it, it's like a show where basically there's a division in this company, and if you work there, your memories get severed between your work life and your private life. So you don't know what you do at work essentially, and your work self doesn't know what you do outside of work. And we start with like a new person joining, and then we have also our main guy who's played by Adam Scott. And suddenly, however, because normally you're not meant to have contact with people from your work outside of work because you don't know each other outside of work. But then someone who was previously a colleague of Mark, our main guy, approaches him outside of work and is like, "Yo, I bypassed the procedure they did to separate my memories, so now I know you because I remember what I do at work, and everything's not as it seems." Very dramatic. The first episode is quite dry. And set up, but I am intrigued. I do want to watch more of it. It is a bit of a change because the last show I just watched is a like half-hour comedy animated show. Jumping from that to a 60-minute like drama is a bit of a jump. I'm gonna be serious about it, but we are gonna get to it. So that's kind of been me yesterday. Watched some stuff, worked a lot, and then at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get ready for bed. I'm gonna be like lazying. And I joined in, and I share the bathroom with one other room that's across the hall from me. It's like this way, from here. Like you are pointed at the wall that's kind of like the hallway, and behind that wall in the back is the other hotel room, or like the other accommodation room. And I join only to find that whoever had last used this bathroom used up all the toilet paper and had not replaced it or like informed anyone to replace it. And they also got the plug of the sink stuck and left the sink filled with water. And I was like, what the fuck? And also they like very frequently forget to flush it. It's fucking annoying. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to go back to my own fucking house and not have to share a bathroom with random people. It's not great. So yeah, I was like, what the fuck do I do? Because unlike my apartment that I rented beforehand, where I had like phone numbers, I had a WhatsApp contact that I could always like let know if there was any issues. This one, there's no contact. The booking service I used for some reason is completely broken when it comes to being able to message this place in particular. And also, there's no one at the reception ever. I never see anyone at the reception. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a last minute resort. I'm going to write a handwritten note being like, hello, the toilet paper is empty and also the sink is clogged. Can you fix this, please? And left it on the reception. And they did fix it overnight. So kudos there. But at the end of the day, so many issues that you would have that pop up in this place is because they don't do orientation properly. There's no information you get in advance, and there's no like house rules or ground rules being explained to all the guests. And it turns out people have a very different understanding of how to treat shared spaces with strangers, and I am upset. But yeah, anyway, so all of that. Woke up today, had a call with my mum. It's very nice. We were catching up, and I'm actually going to go to hers on the way from the airport. And she's going to drive me home in the evening, so that's going to be really nice. I haven't seen her in person since Christmas, so very, very excited. And yeah, so I had a big gap. And then today, the rest of the day, I watched the video I mentioned, and I just did a little work. And I did one final little scoop outside to go grocery shopping. But specifically, I just wanted Ziploc bags. If you're wondering why the fuck do you need Ziploc bags, that's fucking weird. It's because I am aiming to bring as much of the food home that I have like acquired here or brought here and was left over, but some of the bags are like non-closable again. They're like ripped open, and I don't want all of the food to fly around in my suitcase when I bring it home. So I brought like Ziploc bags to be able to secure all the food. So that's why I just got that. It was £2. It was pretty epic. So that was kind of the vibe. And speaking of food, I think we're actually going to start with the food because that's going to be the most annoying part, if you're wondering. So, of course, this is not all the food. I mentioned this. The food that's excluded here is anything that's fridge food. So this is yogurts, milkshakes, like salami, cheese, milk, any drinks I'm keeping cool for the time being, etc., etc. But yeah, by the way, this is Weetabix. This is the thing that they threw away and I rescued. Shout out Weetabix, actually the goat. And the best part is, I was like really, really, really trying to use up this package because it's open and it's like packed in paper. So I felt like, oh, I can't really transport this back without it crumbling or having like taking up a lot of space because it's a paper box. So this is Weetabix, and it's absolutely goated. And the best part is I only have 2 left over, and the portion is 2 for breakfast. So I'm going to use up all of this tomorrow before I leave for the airport. Very excited. I love this. I was so excited about the fact that I actually ended up. Let me show you this. There we go. Ended up loving this because I bought this. I was influenced, guys. I bought this exclusively because this one creator who I like always has this in her videos and she feeds it to her child, and I was like, oh my god, this always looks so tasty when she makes it. I really want to try this. I found it in one supermarket at home, but it's really expensive, so I was like, if I don't like it, this seems like a waste. Here it's like well affordable, and I was like, yo, okay, I'll get this, and I've been loving it. I had 2 as a portion. I've had this like 5 times, and it's so good. I had it with strawberries, I've had it with pineapple, I've had it with kiwi, I've had it with chocolate, I've had it like varieties. It's basically like, imagine porridge. It's very porridgey or oat, like baked oats kind of energy, but it is made out of just like it's called Weetabix, so it is out of whole grain wheat, my guys. So very good for you as well because it's got lots of fiber and iron. So W. So yeah, this is our number one. This is kind of like the bag of random things. This is the Ziploc bags I got today. 20 Ziploc seal food bags from Tesco. These are meant to be for freezer food, but like they're kind of goated. I'm hyped. I just bought like big size but low amount. This was the lowest amount they had, 20 Ziploc bags. So there we go. They're just in there for like no reason. Let me actually rotate this for you. There you go, so you can read. Then we have, this is the bag that I aim to use up before I leave if I can, because it has been like some stuff was a bit over eager in food purchases. I'm gonna be so real. Also, Toby forgot to take any of the food with him. Not this kind of stuff, but more like the sweets. So I do have to kind of look into what, like some stuff I just can't take with me because it is like it wouldn't stay safe. It wouldn't be eatable. It wouldn't be, it would not be allowed / possible to bring on a plane. But most stuff I'm just kind of aiming for, can I do it with the weight limit? If you don't know, there is a limit of 2 kilograms you're allowed to take for personal use when it comes to any food items. So I'm doing some heavy calculating to be able to do stuff. So this I think I can take with me if I don't end up having time. And it's microwave rice. It's Tesco basmati rice. There you go. It's just a plain bag because I bought it. I was like, oh, I'll make this with something else, but then we didn't really end up using it. I'll try if I could make it for dinner today. If I don't, this is like 250 grams, so it's possible to bring along. I calculated everything in the other bag, which the second bag is the bag I aim for just bringing along without, what's the word? Without using up much of it before I leave. And that one's about 1.3 kilograms. So anything, like I have about 600-700 or so grams that I can bring additionally to what I've packed. So this like could be taken if I don't use it today. The other thing that I'm very sure I'll try my best to finish it, but I have no idea if I will be able to. Is why is it so slow? What are you doing, camera? There you go. Are cheese rolls. These are like cheesy buns from Tesco. I needed more bread, and this is like the smallest quantity I could buy that was still big enough to do. This is a 4-pack, and I've eaten 2. So they're very good. They're tasty. I'll just see how much hunger I have, like how much space I have in my stomach today. Because if I'm making like something like this, and then tomorrow I'm having this, and it's gonna be really early in the morning. I'm gonna try my best to see if I can eat these as well. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna let them know, the people, like, hey, anything I leave behind, like, people can eat. I just have not been able to finish it. I've been trying really hard to keep my food waste as low as possible, but it is a bit difficult because some portion sizes just don't really account for limited time to finish. But yeah, so that, and then, but this is not that much in terms of what I want to still finish before I leave. Then we have Hobnobs, the Christmas ones, for some reason, because they were on sale. I tried these during the sweets stream, and I really like these, as you can see by the fact that almost this entire bag is empty. There's 3 left, so I'll finish that before I leave. These are really tasty. They're oat cookies coated in chocolate. Really, really lovely. Actual goat snack. Really nice. This is kind of like my first bag here. And then I have 2 more things in here. I have mini cheddars, which are like little crisps, like little cookies. Not even cookies, they're like little cheese crackers, basically. And we got like a big bag of these, where there's like 8 or something of these tiny bags. Normally you bring them to like school or if you go out. So I have 1 more here. I did eat 1 already today. They're quite nice. They're a bit dry, so you'd like to eat them with something else, or while you have like a drink on hand. And then finally, this I also haven't eaten, but it was also featured in the sweet stream / like trying like the sleepover one. This is the squares, totally chocolatey. Haven't tried this. It's like Rice Krispies plus chocolate. Don't know what this tastes like. I do aim to eat this before. Like, this is a thing I could throw into my bag while I'm like on the way to the airport and eat on the way. Yeah, just kind of, that's the bag of stuff I'm aiming to finish, or somehow I will, like this I might be able to carry, but everything else, like these little things, this I can carry as well, this I can carry. This I do really want to finish eating, because it's my one like cookie situation that is difficult to transport because it doesn't have integral support. It's just the cookies in plastic. And then obviously the buns, because they're like a fresh product, I don't think you're allowed to really take these off. And then obviously the Weetabix, I explained, I don't want them to crumble, and there's only 2 left. So that's bag 1 of the food. Do let me know if there's anything that you're like, oh, this looks nice, or what were your thoughts on this, etc. And then I have bag 2, which is really everything. Some of this is already in the Ziploc bag, so I'm going to sit down. Ow, I've been bouncing on my ankles. Some of this is already in Ziploc bags, because I've prepared stuff already, of course. Other stuff is just in its original packaging and wasn't open, so I can bring it along with no problem. So first we have both me and Toby do like a reasonable amount of like toddler snacks. I talked about this before, including like German toddler snacks. A lot of these are very fun, they're very tasty, and they're like nutritionally balanced. So don't sleep on them. So if I got these to try, I have never had these. There we go. These are tomato and basil melty sticks. There we go. Apparently they're this size. I have no idea how many there's even in there. But let me know. Did they tell me? Unsure. Anyway, so this is like a lot of stuff that I've either tried partially or haven't tried. And just kind of, once it got to, I'm kind of close to returning home, I was like, I'm not going to open this up if I'm unsure I will be able to also finish it. So I have an easier time transporting it home. Then we have one final one of these. These are cheese toasty Wotsits. I really like these. Toby was kind of unsure on them. I enjoyed them a lot. I had like a 6 sized bag where there's like 6 of these in there, and I've eaten all the other ones. I think Toby had one of these, as in one bag. But yeah, so I'm bringing one home mostly so my family can try. Then, as I mentioned, the mini cheddars. We have like 3 more bags here. So I think I ate there was like an 8-pack, and I believe I ate 2 or 3 maybe during the duration of the stay. They kind of got overshadowed by a lot of the other crispy snacks. So this is the mini cheddars. Also, this was not like one grocery shop. This was like kind of accumulated. Some of this stuff like I got on my very first grocery trip when I was here alone. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a sweet potato as well that I'm really gonna finish. Maybe I'll do sweet potato with rice. Perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, so a lot of stuff is from my first grocery trip or from the ones we did together. But some is also food that I brought over to Germany, not to Germany, from Germany, and we didn't, like, Toby forgot to take with him, or he didn't like it that much, so it was like, okay, it's leftovers. And you remember how much sweets we had during the sleepover stream. Like, obviously we were not able to finish all of it in time. And then after Toby left, I was, of course, even one person down in the quest of trying to eat up food. But yeah, Toby got this because he was like sat in a cafe while me and my other friend were visiting our other friends who had the baby. So while he was sat in a cafe, he was like, okay, I need to buy something, so I'm allowed to sit here. So he bought kettle chips, and he left them to me. So W, have not had these, but exciting. We say anything that doesn't include any animal products or is fresh you could bring to Finland from the UK. Doesn't seem to have any limits on amounts. That's crazy. No, for Germany, it's always 2 kilograms. Export or import, except fish. I talked to my mum today. Like, one of the reasons I called her is because she works at import-export, so she knows all the regulations. Apparently, it is 2 kilograms, which I was like, is it the same if I come from England to Germany? She was like, yeah, it's the same, except fish. The limit for fish imports is apparently 20 kilograms for no reason. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't really planning on bringing 20 kilograms of fish with me, but okay, apparently you're allowed. Like, it's not that you can't bring more, it's that you have to pay or declare it. Yeah, it's wild. And the thing is with any animal products, is like, it's a bit difficult because some stuff obviously isn't overtly an animal product, like a cheese or a piece of meat, but it will include animal products, and then it's just kind of like down to a case by case basis if the percentage is too high, etc. But yeah, so that's kind of like bag. Then one of the other rices, I'm bringing that one home already. I'm not going to make it because I want my family to try this as well. Golden vegetable. I'm going to assume it's similar to the 3 paprika one we have, but I think they'll be interested to try as well. Then one of the things we wanted to make but didn't get time to, I'm bringing home. This is a pizza base mix, just that you just add water to. And we were planning to make focaccia, but we didn't have time. So abandoned plan for focaccia. And then we have this, which where's the camera so slow? What the heck? This is pocket coffee. It's chocolate filled with with coffee, basically. Toby doesn't like coffee. I brought it just for like vibes. My dad gave it to me as a gift. But I don't know why the camera is so delayed randomly on OBS. Not on for me. Is it delayed for you? I can't tell, but because the preview is like really far behind for some reason. But yeah, anyway. Oh, it's gotten better. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, so because he doesn't like coffee and we just had so much other sweets ongoing, I was like, this is not a priority to finish, so I didn't open it. But I love these. I think they're very good. And I might eat them on the journey when I'm actually traveling to get a caffeine boost. Then this bag of the skeletons we didn't open, so I'm keeping them closed to make it easier to transport them around. But I am intrigued. I will let you know once I'm home what I thought of stuff that I didn't try on the holiday. But yeah, so that's all the stuff that's still in its enclosure. Now we're getting to the Ziploc bagged stuff. This is the Jammy Dodgers. I did try them off stream. I do apologize. And I'm sorry, I'm a Jammy Dodger hater. At least this particular flavor, it was so dry and the jam is just like, well, it's like well little, like it's way more dry cookie and it's very little jam, and the jam's like kind of mid. So I did not care for this, but I think my dad will like it, which is why I'm bringing it home, and also to try and prevent food waste. So this is what I've done. I've like packaged everything in Ziploc bags to prevent like stuff from slipping out if the packaging has been opened. Then we have the gay gummies. I think Toby, I don't remember if Toby liked them or not. I think he was like kind of okay on them. But as mentioned, we just forgot, like, because it was kind of a bit of spontaneous decision for Toby to already leave on Monday evening rather than Tuesday morning as we were originally planning. And it was like, okay, the Uber's here, and then we had to like say goodbye, and we're kind of caught up in that rather than like me remembering that I still hadn't given them the candies because I hadn't even unpacked at that point. Everything was just kind of parked in the room. Then we have the Dolly mix, which I also think my family will like. I thought these were like very sweet. I would try them again because I feel like some of the sweets we tried later down the stream were a little bit shafted because we were just overloaded on sweets. So I do want to try these again, but I also think my family will like these. Then I had the hit cheese, the sour ones. I did eat some of these as well, but it's a big bag, and you can't really eat that much of these. And then finally we have the there we go, salt and vinegar Pringles. If you're wondering why the fuck are these in a bag, it's because they don't have a cap. We somehow lost the cap on Toby's can of paprika like chips, not even Pringles, paprika Pringles that I brought from Germany, and he took those. So I gave him my lid instead because it was like, oh, he was about to not be able to bring them on his journey back. So I gave it to him, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put the entire bag in here, so anything that spills is gonna be safe. And that's the food, chat. I feel like I was quite genius with my solution of putting everything in these bags because that way I will actually have a bit of peace of mind that my food is gonna be safe on the way. Because of course, because of everything, of regulations, I'm gonna have to put everything in the suitcase rather than being able to put it in my like carry-on bag. And also I wouldn't have space in the carry-on because traditionally, this is kind of a fun fact, the carry-on for if you fly with my airline doesn't have a weight limit. It just has a size limit. So whenever I go to the UK, I tend to always put all the books I buy in my like carry-on luggage, so I'm not exceeding the weight limit on the suitcase. And also for space reasons, because books really fit well into the backpack I'm using. So that was the food, chat. What did you think? Did I make good decisions? Slay? Was it slay? But yeah, so that was kind of the food. Obviously, aside from anything in the fridge, I'm trying my best to use up everything. If I could do over again, I'd probably like buy a few less ingredients, just because it's been kind of a hassle to try and use them up. Especially now that I'm alone, because I know I won't be able to take those at all. I was like, okay, maybe I should have done more like prepackaged stuff, which is kind of silly, but because I don't regret having like pretty decent food overall for this trip, like home cooked meals, some freezer food, that kind of stuff. But especially now in the new accommodations, not having an oven has severely impacted. Oh, I do have puff pastry in the fridge, which I am going to take home with me as well, because I know I have no real way to prepare it adequately here. I did research if there's recipes to make like pan fried puff pastry, but it's kind of, I'm not confident on it, you know? I'm gonna try my best like after the stream to do like one big like last meal before I die, before I leave, and that's gonna be using the stuff I most like. I have a whole sweet potato that I want to use up, so I'm gonna make that, and then probably some cheese and shenanigans. Which means I think I won't be able to make the rice, but it's fine. So there we go. That was kind of like the groceries accumulated over the course of the entire trip. Then we have sort of like skincare slash bathroom stuff miscellaneous. Right, let me actually see. I forgot one thing. Blah. The first thing I did get, because I didn't have any in our space, was, I know, exciting, some cotton buds. There we go. Very handy because we were doing, like, Toby did his nails and everything, so he used that for this, and it's just handy if you have, like, any kind of issue, you know. So we did get these. So it's obviously, it's like way too much for like one little trip. So to get this. And then on the first time when we were charity shopping, grumbling about, when we were charity shopping, we went to a Boots. I know, love Boots. But I didn't really get too much there. I don't know, I wasn't really confident, but yeah, wait, what are you saying? I couldn't figure out if you would need to go through clearance with food, like every time or only specific cases. Overall, you bring items from outside that you don't need to pay taxes as long as they're worth it. Max 130 euros if you travel on a ship or plane, 300 any other way of transport. That's for Finland, that is. Yeah. Now I asked my mum because she knows it, and it's like, you don't need to declare it if it's under 2 kilograms. If it's over 2 kilograms, you would need to declare it. I went through regular, like I had about a kilogram of food on the way here, and I didn't need to declare anything specific. But yeah, so this time I didn't really get anything. I just got a little conditioner. This is a takeaways. I don't know why it's takeaways. Oh, because it's like you take it away. There. It's a Volume and Bounce plumping conditioner. And this is actually a gold level conditioner. My hair really loved this. It's apparently flight friendly. So no, they just had it in like a section where you got like three for two. There we go. And Toby did get some like hand sanitizer and stuff. And she was like, oh, I need like a third item. Like, I'm going to get a third item for free. If you want anything, pick something. So I picked this. And I really love this. I got to remember this brand because the hair was very soft, fluffy, voluminous from this. Not sponsored, but this was goated. And it's actually quite a lot of uses. I've used this like 2-3 times, and there's like half the bag left. So I did get this. And that was kind of the haul until like yesterday, where I did like one trip to Tesco again, primarily because I needed some of these. I've had like a little spot on my chin for a bit, and I was like, oh, I need something to help that. So I got this niacinamide, like blemish clearing spot patches. There's like 24 of these, and these are fucking goated as fuck. They've really helped, and they were £1, so holy shit, deal of a century. So got this, very happy with it. I just completely forgot to bring anything in case I'd have like any skin troubles. But yeah, and then the other thing I'm going to do today to treat myself because I feel like I deserve it, I got this. We did, Toby and me, we've got some other charcoal masks a while back for like 29p, and they were very lovely. We enjoyed it. It was like a fun experience. So I got this charcoal and menthol sheet face mask. It was like £1. So I was like, I'm going to treat myself to this today. And that was the self-care haul. I really... Wait, I forgot one thing. I was about to say I was really modest. I was still really modest. Like, all this stuff was like a few pounds. Last time, I think, at the time I went last, or the time before then, I got like a lot of stuff that was from like TK Maxx or like other places. So I did spend a bit more. But this time I didn't really find too much that I was interested in, and I have a good amount of stuff. So, yeah. And then the final thing I got was also from Tesco. I got this apple conditioner, juicy green apple, which was also £1 because it's a supermarket brand. But I did really like it. It smells very fresh. I have no idea like how good it's going to be for my hair because I've not tried it. But, you know, I was like, how about it? And that was the haul, basically. All of this, I think this was like £1, this was £1, this was £1.10, this was like £3, and then this was £1. So really, we've stayed quite modest with the self-care today. Not even today, just on the entire trip. That's all I got in that category. There we go. But I really did enjoy just having like a little face mask moment with Toby. That was very fun. There we go. And then I also was really modest with clothes. In the past, I did buy more items, but this time we didn't really find too much, except one item, and then obviously the stuff from the tour. Toby and me did go charity shopping to a multitude of shops. He found like quite a few good things, and I found this jumper, which is cream coloured, but it has this detailing on the sleeves and then also on the collar. It's gay, guys. Holy shit. And it's very like soft and fluffy. On the inside, not so much. It's like a thin jumper, but it was £4 from the charity shop. And I really liked it. I thought it was cutesy. I have no idea. It has like no discernible brand at all, but so who knows where the fuck it came from. I just liked the rainbow. It really popped out to me. And for a cream coloured item, it's in quite good condition. And I think one of the sleeves, I think, has some, yeah, one of the sleeves you can see here has some, there we go, some pencil marks, but you can remove that with spot treatment. I have that at home. I specifically have ones for like ink and like pencil marks and stuff. So I'm going to give that a treatment and then it's going to be just like new. So yeah, that's the one item of clothing I got from charity shops. And then obviously I got the Dan and Phil package. So if you will have a look, because Toby and me did get VIP tickets on the 30th. So we got silver, by the way. We didn't get gold because we're not lucky like that. So we did get the VIP goodies. So you get this little bag. It's like a pretty thin little like tote bag, and it has Terrible Influence on one side and the Dan and Phil like tour vibe logo on the other. There you go. And this is where I've kept all my tour related stuff. So this is the card you get with it. Mine is a little bent because I didn't think about it being in that bag, but yeah, it's just like Dan and Phil sat with a little Terrible Influence TV in the middle. It's a pretty like mid-level thickness. It's not super thick, unfortunately, so mine's a bit bent already, but I don't really care that much. I'm going to be able to put it in my backpack though. Then obviously this you've already seen. It's the art that Adge, oh, you're getting Adges, I'll wait then. And I'll show you the wonderful art. There we go. That All Kinds of Ace did for me because I donated it to cat charity. Who up? Being or being Popcat. Tag yourself. So let me sit adequately. Yeah, I love They're both super cute. I love this. Like this stuff, I will actually, while I'm here, put to the side because I want to have that in my Popcat. I want to have that in my carry-on and not randomly somewhere. Then, if you saw the pictures we posted on Twitter, you'll already see this. But Toby got us custom sunglasses. He didn't make them. He got them off of someone from Depop. But they are the Tit glasses. It says Dan and Phil Tit 2025. And it's like blue little heart-shaped sunglasses with the font. They are so cute. They're actually really solid. I was expecting a lot more flimsy, but they're very cute and like such a nice little memento to have. Shout out to whoever made this. This seems like very tedious to glue down all of these individual pearls and not glue on the glasses and shit. So they were really sweet. Obviously, I didn't properly like wear them as sunglasses most of the time because they're not prescription, but they were a very cute hair accessory, and I did take some pictures as evident by my Twitter posts with these on, and they were so cute. I love these. Really cute memento. I think I will also have that in my luggage. Then Toby also made bracelets. He did give some of them away, but obviously I picked one for myself. He's a very good bracelet maker, if you didn't know. So I picked the one that says influenced on it and has a little star. He's so good at making bracelets because this, like, normally I'm a little bit finicky with wearing stuff on my wrists because I often feel like it's scratchy or pokey or just uncomfortable. This was so comfortable I forgot I was wearing it. So absolute compliment of a lifetime. little tour colors, very cutesy, and I love the little star. So another cute little memento. I love having a bracelet. Speaking of bracelets, I of course got the VIP bracelet, which is gold and white, and it says, if you can see this, right? It says very important fan on it with a PH. It's obviously the Dan and Phil fan. And this is like, compared to the one Toby made, not to critique too much, but compared to the one that Toby made, this one is a little more flimsy. It's not uncomfortable at all, however, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, you can also see it's like well smaller, so I was glad that it actually fit me and it didn't like stretch and break. So two little very different vibed bracelets. Obviously the VIP one, and then the one Toby gave me. And then the other thing you get as a VIP is you get a lanyard with the little tour card on it. That's terrible if it's a little fancy. Hi, Wisp! It has all the dates on the back, and it comes with this really pretty blue and black tour lanyard. Really like it, very cutesy. I was actually hoping for a new lanyard, because currently, there we go, we got all the little logos, the tour. There you go. And of course the cutesy card. Because I, at the moment, am using for my house keys. Brother and cries, can you stop being loud? Not just like honking their horn and stuff. The door. Not that's not the door, but that's the door. But yeah, I was really hoping for a new lanyard, because I'm currently using for my house keys the Tubnet lanyard I've had for like 2.5 years, and it's very like worn out. So I was trying to I want to preserve it by having another lanyard as my main one. So I think I'm going to use this one as a backup. And then, chat, if you don't know this, Dan and Phil did such a cool thing for this tour, and they did photo cards. And if you were VIP, you got the special VIP ones, which have a guaranteed shiny card. Really, really cool thing. I'm not like really into K-pop much at all, but I know it's big there. So they kind of copied that idea from them. And it was super cutesy. I was very happy with my picks. I can show you them. I'm keeping them obviously in there. I'm keeping the packaging. But if you're wondering, this is what the backs of them look like. The normal ones, they're very shiny and shimmery. And then on the front, they have little pictures, and there's like a whole community of people who are like keeping track of all the designs and blah blah blah. So we have Dan. It was very funny because I have one Dan and I have only Phil's after this. I have no shared one. I just have them individually. So I have this one with Dan doing weird peace signs, and then I have Phil fixing his fringe in a very iconic shirt. These are like the normal ones I got. Then I have Phil on a blanket, like in a hotel towel kind of energy, giving E.T., having said that I've never watched E.T. And then the one that I think mine's actually a bit broken. Wait! Oh my gosh, I have a defunct one that I rare now. I didn't even notice this. This is the one Jack Manifold thought was the super rare one. But you can see on the side, hold. You see there's a line here. I didn't even notice this. And on the back there's a line too. So clearly this card got cut wrong. Rare card dropped, because you can see a smidge of a different card on that corner. I didn't even notice that when I originally pulled this. That's crazy. And then obviously, as it says, it has a guaranteed shiny. The shiny that I got is so good, guys. I got this one. Look at the back. Hearts. Very shiny. And then the front. Iconic image is dropping. It's Phil Lester doing the silly face. He's doing the... Look at him. Silly. He's very shiny. And he has the little hearts. Toby was so jealous. His was like regular, like reflection. He didn't get the hard version. W. But yeah, I can't believe I got the defunct card. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that at all. So yeah, these are the cards I got. I'm super happy. I am a big Phil enjoyer. He matches my joy and wins the approach in life. So I'm hyped that I got it of his cards. But I can't believe one of mine is like defunct. Like has a mistake. And then obviously I was like, okay, you know what? I gotta get some merch as well. I gotta have some merchandise to commemorate, because I have actually kept pretty much all my Dan and Phil merch from when I was younger, including the tour shirt of the 2018 tour that I did. I do have it somewhere. Let me see if I can show it to you, Chaz. There we go. Have it. Because it's iconic. It's held up pretty well. The only thing is it has like it has the tour logo, which previously was red. It's now no longer red because it's washed out. But this is the tour shirt, if you're wondering, from the Dan and Phil Interactive Introverts tour I went to. And yeah, this eye in the middle, this double eye, used to be red. It's not. But otherwise, it's in perfect condition. It has no holes, no wear, no other like conditions. So you always know you're going to have like a piece of clothing that you're going to cherish for a long time, and that's a great memento. So I got two things, which were horrifically expensive. They always are. But as I mentioned, the quality is pretty good, and you get like a memento of an event you went to. So I got this long sleeve jumper. It has the like, what's the fucking emo tour vibe design of Terrible Influence. Then it has, which I love when a jumper does this, is like a thin long sleeve, kind of like the Tubbo Benson jumper, if anyone knows that. This is a bit thinner though. It has all these designs on the sleeve. So it has, let me show you up close. It has the D&P. It has content warning. It has another D&P design with like stars. It has the tour. It has Terrible Influence, which is the design of the hoodie. And then another content warning. And then the other D&P with a star. That's the same at the bottom. Like it repeats. But yeah, super, super cute. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm normally not someone who buys something for back designs, but I just think this back design is so funny, I couldn't not like get it. Because the back of the jumper says Parasocial Social Club. Yeah, look at this. It's got these like tech era like designs, like arrow window. Ooh, let me see. There you go. Error windows, and then it has like the content warning here and like the mail letter. And then obviously the main signage at the top. It has hashtag terribleinfluence.com and like city smileys and stuff. But yeah, Parasocial Social Club I just thought was really funny. Just walking about with this on your back, I thought was really, really funny. And I need more long sleeve, like thinner jumpers, like long sleeve t-shirts effectively, just because I don't really have many and they're great to wear. This next thing I just got for the memes, guys. I will be so serious. And I should have probably gotten all of this a size bigger, but it's fine. I will stretch it out a little bit at home, and it's like a situation where if I'm not wearing too much under it, I can wear it like no problem. But I also did get the iconic Dan and Phil Made Me Gay, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Come on! Iconic merch design. Slade ended us all. I just think this is really funny if you're just walking about and people are like, what the fuck? Who are these guys? Why have they made you gay? What is going on? But yeah, this is the truth. This is the yellow law revealed. I was made gay by Dan and Phil. That's so true. There we go. But yeah, this one I thought was just so funny. The other one I got for the like memories and for the cool design and just because I really like the vibe. This one I just got mostly for the jokes. And that's all I got. That's all of my Dan and Phil memorabilia, which I feel like I stuck like a decent balance of getting some cutesy stuff that I will use like occasionally, stuff that I will use like all the time, like the clothes, and then obviously stuff that's like just for the memories, like that. I thought you were made gay by the Gay Factory. Yeah, true. You are right for that. And you put some stuff. I'm putting stuff to the side. There we go. And then obviously the finale, guys. I know you're gonna be there for this. Is the books. Can I get some hype? Can I get some hype for the books? I will actually. reverse these because they're in reverse order. Hype, my fellow book enjoyers. Hypey, etc. There we go. So, if you want the rundown, how do Hypey? There we go, we got it. I think Hypey is, yeah, there we go, with 2 E's. So, let me see. What was the order? The order was... Yeah, there we go. So, we went to multiple, I cannot remember Hypey. You did it well, thank you so much. Actual goat. So, I looked at a lot of books. Like for the first good amount of the holiday, I didn't find anything. It was devastating. We're gonna give you box again. There we go. Because we went to like a bunch of charity shops, and I would always check the book section, but I didn't really end up finding too much until we did that day trip that I mentioned. Because I know that area very well. I've been there before. It's where I was staying in the past when my friends lived there, but they no longer do. So I know all the shops. So we went into my favorite secondhand shop there, which is like just a book charity shop. And I will always find something there. And this is the first time I was actually successful in finding any books. So first, they had a section at the front, which was like the sales section. So of course I go there first. And this is where we find our first get. This is Vanishing Acts by Jodi Picoult, whose name I never know how to fucking say. I've read quite a few books of hers, like 2 or 3, and she is very good at devastating you. She's the author of, if anyone knows any book of hers, they'll know this one. She's the author of My Sister's Keeper, which made into a very big, successful movie as well. Yeah, she makes like devastating, involved with like social commentary books. And one of the books I really liked of hers was a book that was talking about abortion as a topic, and it was very well done, in my opinion. But yeah, so I did get this, Vanishing Acts. This is not like my favorite edition of this book or anything, and it wasn't like I was like, oh my god, I need this desperately right now, but I wanted to read it, and it was, as you can see in the top, 99 pence, meaning it was 99 cents. Yeah, so I was there, okay? Because this is like 99 cents without any shipping, because I'm picking up in person, right? So this book here is about a apparently big drama. So it says, this is the description, oh yay. Why would a man who loved his wife so much that in the quarter century since her death he hasn't found someone to take her place, why wouldn't he have a record of the life he'd had with her, of the baby they'd made? So it's all about mystery, drama. Apparently some acts have been vanishing, and it says here as well that the tagline, it takes 2 people to make a lie work, the person who tells it and the one who believes it. Dun dun dun. So yeah, this was our first get, Vanishing Acts by Jodi Picoult. But it didn't end in that particular shop, because I did find 2 further books. First, I was so hyped. This was actually a GOAT level find, because you never normally see this. I found a graphic novel. This is A Fun Home, a family tragic comic. This is a very popular, well-known queer graphic novel. I think it was also made into a show, I think a musical maybe, theatre show, unsure. But basically this is a family memoir, and it's all about, she, the author, is recounting her childhood, which was kind of juxtaposed by the fact that her dad has a gay affair, but she's also gay. So lots of gay people, drama, does say tragic comics, so devastation incoming. And I was so excited to find this, because it's actually one of my reading challenge books for the year. So I was planning to like buy this like new, basically, but then I found it in that charity shop for £2.49. W find. Really, really nice. Because normally, right, new Gage, this graphic novel costs £12.99. So I got it basically for like 10% of the original price. And in perfect condition. There really isn't anything wrong with this. There's like a spot here where a sticker was probably on and like a few scratches. And also a cat might have chewed on the corner. I'd say it's maybe not in perfect condition, but like a good condition. And for $2.49, I was in with book number 2. And we start like a spread. There we go. And then the third and final book I purchased in that charity shop, I was very excited by. They had 2 editions of it. One paperback with the shit-ass design where they have like the cut-off front cover and they show like a page below it, you know? I hate that design. I think it's awful. It looks unfinished and it's such a weak spot to get like rips or tears or like creases in the front cover, and it's just sad. So I hate that design, and it was like $5.99 for this book. But then I saw right next to it they had a hardcover copy for only £1 more, so I did get the hardcover. And it is Empire Land: How Imperialism Has Shaped Modern Britain. I heard a lot of good stuff about this. I love a nice non-fiction book, especially one that kind of like uncovers or exposes or focuses on like explored areas of history. This was highly praised, and actually me and my friend, we went to Waterstones next, which is where you're going to find my next book purchase originating from. We actually saw this exact book in paperback for £10.99. So me getting this for £6.99 in hardcover in genuinely beautiful, almost pristine condition. It just has a little bit of a crease at the back here, but no other real damage at all. Was such a find. W. So this is kind of the charity shop section, because everything else I did purchase new. But very, very good finds. And yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, there you go. British History, $6.99. Yeah, as I mentioned, obviously we went into Waterstones, which I love. I have a student card there, so I get 5% off of every purchase. And of course, I got to get some more gay books. So I got this beautiful book called Something to Be Proud of. You can see absolutely stunning, big gay flag, lots of little pins on the front. Very excited for this one. And this is another character called Imogen, which is queer. Well, I found out something crazy. Do you know about the fact the name Imogen was probably invented by Shakespeare? Because it first appears in his work and it doesn't have any other traces. Kind of crazy. Saw a TikTok about it 2 days ago. Don't know, take it with a grain of salt because it was a TikTok, but still. But yeah, this is a dramatic, this is the plot description. Says, Imogen Quinn, a chaotic bisexual with dreams of becoming a stand-up comedian, crushing stereotypes about autistic people, is on a mission. They're going to organize a pride festival that's accessible for everyone. W. So then enlisting a bunch of people to help tackle injustices at the school, and it says, so you better listen out, they're getting ready to make some noise. And then obviously a little group drawing I'm going to see with the main characters of like, the future's accessible, here queer, full of fear, / crossed out, and it says rage. And then the progress flag. Really, really cute. I love a middle grade / YA. I think this is YA. Or young adult. Let me check. Because it looks like it could be either, to be honest, from the cover design. I think it's young adult. But it could honestly be, if the characters look like they are teenagers, not children. But anyway, I love generally a book about tackling injustices. I think it's always good. But I really love when it's in middle grade or young adult novels, just because it's such a good positive message to send that, you're not alone in this community, you can stand up for something, you don't need to take something just because it's always been that way. So I did get this as my one sort of find in the queer section. Wee woo, yeah, guess the crime. And then because I did get a book of this last time I was at Waterstones, I felt like it was just right. The vibe shift you're about to experience from something to be proud of is actually insane. So I got this, right? And then my other book at Waterstones, jump scare. It's FNAF Fazbear Frights 2. Fetch! Because I did get the first one from Waterstones last time. I was like, it's only right to get another one. I actually really like these books. They're very fun. Basically, a short story connection set in the FNAF universe. You might know these. If you've not read them, you might know these from like the game theory videos. When MatPat was doing them, he used these books a lot. They're very fun. Like, as someone who doesn't actually like playing FNAF games, I do like reading FNAF books. They're very fun. But I got this just because I was like, I want to get another part of the series. And it's been like a year and a half since I got the first one, so I felt like it was time. So let me make some space. This was the day trip find. So at the first, this one day, I got 5 books. And then obviously I did mention this on the last stream. I did go and to the city to go to that queer bookshop. Well, actually to the 2 queer bookshops, but only like finding out that the first one wasn't a bookshop anymore. It was just selling merch and had downsized all of their books away. RIP. But then the second one was really lovely. The cafe / bookshop. Actually, the goat. And there I really held back, but I did buy a few books. The first one is kind of funny because I spotted a copy of this and I was so hyped because it just came out very recently and I didn't expect there to be physical copies in any stores I was going to. But I bought this for the collection because I have read this. I got an advanced reader's copy and I talked about it very recently on stream, Calling My Dead Name Home, The Trans Bear Diaries by Avi Ben Zeev. I talked about this on stream, so you should be familiar. I'm kidding. But basically, this is a really, really cool, very open memoir of this gay trans bear and having this journey. It says Avi's extraordinary journey goes beyond gender transition, from growing up in a working class Israeli town and barely finishing high school to avoiding conscription by feigning madness and becoming a pro-Palestinian activist. A traitor to his culture, Avi escaped to Italy and the US, where he attained a psychology PhD from Yale. Such an interesting memoir. Absolutely blew me away. I've read a lot, and I mean a lot, of queer memoirs, quite a number of trans memoirs as well. Even a number of trans-masculine memoirs in particular, but this one really was a standout. I was so impressed with it. Really, really interesting, unique perspective, especially I feel like in a modern day. And one of the things that I was like, I feel like this will resonate with a lot of people, and I thought was very moving, was kind of his exploration of how it feels to have a mother language that is excessively gendered and be misgendered by your family when they don't accept you yet, but it's in your mother tongue, whereas you can't really escape it because everything is gendered, which apparently is the case in Hebrew, which I didn't know. I don't really know too much about the language, but so it's really super interesting. It's about class, it's about sex, it's about coming of age, it's about making peace with your old self in a really unique way. Like, he has his pre-transition self be a character in his own memoir, basically, and he talks to her and everything, and it's like a whole thing. Really, really like this. I gave this a 5 stars. So when I saw this in a shop, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna grab this because I really want to support this author, and I enjoyed the book a lot. So this is for the collection, not even to read. At least not to reread immediately, because I read it last month. So Go Level, highly recommend if you are into memoirs, or even if you're not too into memoirs, if you're like queer nonfiction, I would highly recommend this one. It is a bit out there. As I mentioned, it is very explicit about the sexual encounters Avi has. There is some kinky stuff in here, etc. So if this is not your vibe, letting you know right now. Staying on the memoir vibe, I was so shocked to see this book in particular in a shop at all, because it's kind of niche. But this book here called Where's the Mother? Stories from a Transgender Dad. This is by Trevor McDonald, who was one of the first public trans men to have a baby. Really, really interesting. This is like a Canadian guy, I think, because the press is Canadian. So such an interesting thing. So yeah, at the back it says, in a time when to most people pregnancy automatically means motherhood, what is it like to get pregnant, give birth, and breastfeed a child, all while being an out transgender man? And this is about him, like talking about his family and his decisions, and such a unique, interesting perspective. There is really not that many books about unconventional, like, parenthood, like relationships to having children, having a family if you are not a cis woman. Especially about the topic of like pregnancy, it really is quite difficult to find any other perspectives or books that are a bit more inclusive. So I'm very interested about this, and this is like unsure, but it looks like a very small publication. This is why I was like impressed about it being in a random shop, because you can normally tell by the kind of binding and the kind of font and paper choices that this is like independent publishing or small publishing. And so I was very impressed to see this in any shop, and I just had to get it because I did ask. Most of these have like US and Canadian prices only, not UK pricing. So I did ask at the front about the pricing, and like I had looked up what the books would be like to purchase in Germany, and I did end up buying the ones that were cheaper or equally cheap to buy here versus if I had ordered them online. The one book I picked and didn't end up buying because it was too expensive was a book called Histories of the Transgender Child. That is that's a history book, it makes sense, but that was like £21, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's too expensive right now. But I did get another book which I feel like fills that gap in a decent enough way. Funnily enough, I've actually read a chapter of this because I had to read it for uni, but I wanted a physical copy of this book, despite having access to the ebook. And it is Transgender History, The Roots of Today's Revolution, Revised Edition. This is the newer one by Susan Stryker, who is an absolute pillar of the trans academic sort of tradition, one of the first people who really cemented trans studies as a field. Really, really interesting. And this is basically like just a history book about trans people and anyone who falls under that umbrella. This is kind of like I can excuse this of buying this for my thesis, but yeah, if you're wondering. So you have a bunch of info here. Really interesting. As I mentioned, I have like some familiarity with this book already because I have read a bit of the ebook, but I really wanted a physical copy, and I was hyped that they had the revised edition. Like, such a beautiful cover as well. So let me see if I can move the books over a bit. There we go. And are you ready for our final one? So after buying 3 non-fiction books at this store, because they had a pretty good selection, I did get a complete random. I didn't even know about this book before I entered the store, but the title alone grabbed me. And I was like, I'm so intrigued. And I got A Bad Decade for Good People. What a title! I was like, holy shit, this sounds so cool, just from the title alone. And this is such a modern book, for lack of a better word, because it's set in 2016, and it's set in Brighton. Can you believe this? So this is all about the effect of the EU referendum and the sort of consequences of that. So it says, Brighton 2016. Laurie wears the scar given to her by a policeman's baton as a mark of pride amongst her circle of bright young activists. Her conscionable but sensitive brother George should be a part of that circle until the appearance of enigmatic Spanish migrant Antonio threatens to divert him from his sister's world of marches and moral accountability. As the clouds gather over Brighton and the EU referendum accelerates both Laurie's political zeal and Antonio's ambiguous desires, George is faced with the fact that their city of parties and protests is suddenly a place where the possibility of saving the world, as well as the people around him, is in jeopardy of being lost forever. At once a letter of support to everyone disillusioned by British politics, and a deeply perceptive snapshot of modern relationships, A Bad Decade for Good People is a captivating state of the nation tale that begs the question. But it feels like the world is falling apart. How do you keep those you love from doing the same? Drama! So yeah, there's gay shit, obviously, because it's a queer bookshop, but I'm so intrigued by this. I looked up the book and I was like, I'm gonna buy this. I don't even give a shit. It just sounds such a compelling narrative. Super interesting. Apparently, it's psychologically thrilling. There's drama. There's politics, and it's very recent. I was like, I'm here for this. And just for the title, I was like, that sounds so fucking good. I'm so here for this. So that's our. Let me see where I can place you. I think honestly here we should be fine. There we go. That's the book haul, guys. We have a total of 4 novels and 5 non-fiction books. Really going hard on non-fiction, but I just couldn't resist because a lot of these books, like this here or this or this, basically all of the ones I got at the Queer Lit shop are hard to get, expensive at home, or just straight up not available. Like this book is just not like widely distributed because it just came out like fucking like 2 months ago. And then obviously the books I got from charity shops, they were affordable. And these two just were like for the vibes because I was like, yeah. But yeah, that was kind of I did get, if you're wondering, let me see if I can like crop this out. Look, if I did get an itemized receipt from the queer bookshop, so actually such a go. Love going to an independent bookshop because where I live there isn't that many, unfortunately. They've really been kicked out of a lot of spaces because of online shopping and because of chains. So in a lot of places you don't really have the choice to go to an independent bookshop, never mind an LGBT independent bookshop. So it was such a lovely experience to go to one. If I like lived closer to here, or like if I ever do at some point, I would go there all the time, especially because they're a bookshop / cafe, so you can like literally do the dream of sitting in a cafe, like that's also a bookstore, and they even have like loyalty stamp cards and shit. I was so impressed. What a delight to be there. But yeah, so that was kind of the whole chatters. What did you think? I feel like aside from the books, I was quite, what's the word? I was quite restrained. I mostly spent money on food, obviously. Try my best to not be in frame in ways I don't wish to. There we go. Pile of books. Ta-da. But and obviously, well, the merch was not particularly restrained, but I did my best. There we go. Stuff fancy, yeah, a lot of fancy stuff. Cute. And yeah, obviously today I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing a bit more work on the thesis, watching some fun, silly stuff, and packing up my belongings to make sure I don't have too much to do in the morning. I'm kind of a little bit worried about, because I always am a bit worried, I have to basically leave the house at probably like 8 a.m. at the latest, because it's quite a journey to the train station and I want to have enough space. I'm going to look up the details of my flight in a bit as well. I need to send them to my mum to let her know when I'm going and also for me to know when I'm going. And yeah, obviously today is kind of one of the shorter streams because it was just all about showing you what I've got and kind of doing a little bit of storytelling. The books weren't restrained, the merch wasn't restrained, but otherwise 100% restrained. Half joking. So true. I feel like compared, like I got 9 books total. The first trip to the UK I think I got 17. So compared to that, we're restrained. And I only bought the merch and 1 jumper, so I really was restrained with my charity shopping. I only got maybe maximum £10, if less, worth of like skincare and that kind of toiletries. I'd had a joke, of course. Toiletries. So yeah, the majority of I did keep it itemized list. I'm gonna have like a aware moment once I'm back from the UK. / half joking, not / light-hearted joke, not / HJ, or half joking, sorry. I didn't even see the light. I didn't even see because it was smushed together with the / but yeah, light-hearted joke, of course. I'm gonna I have an itemized list of every single pound I spend on this trip. So I'm gonna have like an aware moment once I'm back home of being like, how much did I actually spend in 12 days living by myself, but also being on holiday. To be fair, it's not accurate compared to normal spending. If you are in a place for longer, you're also able to have better like choices with groceries. You can buy bigger, like cheaper portions of stuff. You don't have to worry about not being in the country anymore and stuff like that. So, but yeah, really had a lovely time overall. Of course, some sillies about the second accommodations, which I know I wouldn't do again, I'd say. But it was overall a really good time. I'm very happy with everything I've gotten up to. Thank you so much for all of your support doing all this unusual content. And of course, on Sunday, we are back. We are so back at 5 p.m. GMT with my normal content. We're going to start with some Minecraft SMP time, and then we're probably going to do like a bunch of games and just really get back into gaming. I really miss it. I've done a little bit of DS gaming, but most of my gaming has been mobile, and I'm so excited to play games that don't spam you with ads. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being absolute gold. Had such a good time showing you what I got today. I'm gonna send you to my goat, Mike McKell, who is gonna take good care of you, and hopefully you are gonna have a good weekend and will be excited and there for us to do some epic gaming on Sunday. Now I'm just gonna figure out how to have a meal in a bit. And I'm probably gonna make that nice sweet potato. Yeah, join the raid. Do take good care, and I will see you when I'm back home. I'm trying to open up my drink. Ugh. Despair. Yeah, the weirdest thing is I can't really speed up the raid. I just have to wait until it runs out, essentially. There we go. There we go. Ah, it was thirsty because my original drink had run out. Slay, my guys! Bye. Should be there in a sec. Bye.